Before we begin, let me show you the worst vlog I've ever made.
I look forward in this dusty mirror. Overthinking never felt so clear. Heart protecting what's behind your back. My father always said, don't move too fast. Oh, 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 I go down, win. Down in my head, I fight it. But my strength's been there. You know how hard it is to forget your mistakes in this mad world. There's a mad world. Yourself.
Hey, Jesse.
People's feelings stacked up on your shelf. Hard knowing you've been fooled all along. But wipe your tears up. What don't kill you make you strong. Oh, 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 I go down, win. Down in my head, I fight it. But my strength's been there. You know how hard it is to forget your mistakes in this mad world. There's a mad world.
Yeah, so I was in Park City and I didn't actually film anything. I was there for the weekend with my family, and I've had all this awesome momentum, I felt like, with my YouTube channel lately, where I'm making videos at least once a week. I'm just finding things. I went out in the rain, I went to the railroad tracks, did the whiskey shots with Dane. I've just been making stuff, and it's felt awesome. It's been a very good time, and I had all this momentum, and so I brought a whole bunch of camera gear to Park City thinking I would shoot some stock footage that I could begin to sell online. I could start shooting the pieces of the Plays Not Points video that I don't like, that I wanted to reshoot from the Florida trip, and I wanted to just make some vlogs of snowboarding like I have the past 2 years while I'm there. And I shot nothing. Like that world's worst vlog a second ago, which I haven't edited yet. I just know that I'm going to, and I'm going to put it back there. But yeah, I captured nothing. There's 3 shots I sort of like, and other than that, it's just some random nonsense. I even carried my cameras up on the mountain one day and snowboarded with them, and still I just didn't get them out of my bag and really shoot. And so I've struggled with this. Compulsion is a bit strong of a word. It isn't the right word. But yeah, I want to make stuff, and I want to keep building my portfolio and tweaking my process and my ability to color correct and all this stuff. I want to keep getting better and smarter. But when I don't, I just feel this sense of failure is, again, a strong word, but it's just underachievement and frustration, where I get antsy and I want to make something. I want to have something to show that I'm constantly moving forward and building my work as an artist. And so when I don't, it's frustrating. But the other frustration I wanted to bring up was anxiety. I made a full video about my struggle with anxiety and my symptoms and what may cause it or not cause it. And if you're interested in that, I'll figure out how to do a YouTube card, and you can link to it up here somewhere. But the video was called Jimmy John's Anxiety, my Jimmy John's tattoo story, and I realized afterwards that I never really explained what the Jimmy John's story was. So in a nutshell, it was my safety food. The number 9 no tomato add pep. I have that tattooed on my arm. And in college, I had anxiety so bad, and it affects my appetite, where I'm not hungry, and the thought of eating is agonizing. And I finally had to force myself to eat because I was going, for several days without eating, and I was getting progressively weaker. And so I ate this Jimmy John's sandwich every other day. And then as I've had bouts of anxiety over the years since then, it's my safety food. I can eat it most of the time, and it gets me through the bad times. So I got it tattooed on my arm as a reminder of the fact that with some work and some thought, I conquered something before, or at least, survived it and made my way through it. But Anxiety sucks. And for me, my symptom is a loss of appetite or nausea. And when I get nauseous for other reasons, I can't tell the difference. Like if I'm just sick, if I get the flu, I feel nauseous, and I don't know, even if I have a temperature sometimes, part of me is like, is this my anxiety? Because I feel nauseous. This is how I feel when my anxiety kicks in. I don't know if I have the flu or if I'm nauseous. And that's why I seldom drink more than a drink or two, because if I get hungover, if I feel bad at all, it gets dark. And my anxiety kicks in hard, and I overthink everything, and for a day or two. And so at a point, it doesn't matter whether it's triggered by anxiety or not. It snowballs into anxiety, and my brain takes it from there. And on vacation on Sunday morning, it got real dark, and I couldn't sleep, and I woke up, and I was the only one awake, and I was trying to read and write and clear my head, and I took a cold shower and stuff, and I just felt awful, and it was just the anxiety looming and running loops in my head of disaster situations and just these doomsday outlooks for anything that could happen. And man, it sucks. And I know that, and I know this when it's happening, I know that my life is awesome. Objectively speaking, I have it made. I own my own company. I do my passion for a living. I get to travel here and there on occasion. Healthy. I'm good. But the one bad thing is that sometimes this anxiety comes in and I can't control it. And it's been happening since 1995 or 1994, like over 30 years over 20 years of struggling with anxiety, and it affecting my appetite, and then affecting trips that I go on, and spending time around other people, and like going to ultimate tournaments. A lot of times I can't eat and stuff because my anxiety kicks in, and it's a struggle. And so I say all this to say, once again, talk to somebody. If you struggle with anxiety yourself, or you know anyone who does, don't be afraid to reach out and talk to somebody. Your friends that you think may judge you for being weird, or again, like my anxiety, I'm not complaining about anything. Like when it hits, it's not me saying that anything is bad. Like again, I understand my life is awesome. It's not that. But sometimes it's just something you can't control. And if you can talk to someone about it and share it, it takes a little bit of that burden off your shoulders, for me anyway. And so I encourage you to not carry something like this by yourself, but talk to a friend or your family. You may be surprised to learn that they struggle with something very similar, and they've been afraid to talk about it too. And if you can't think of anyone to talk to, you are welcome to shoot me a message on Instagram. It happens. It happens, and it sucks. And for me, talking about it helps. And breathing with intention and drinking water, those help me as well. But yeah, this video wasn't at all about providing answers. I know a lot of YouTube videos are like, here's 2 easy ways to... No, I don't have an answer for the whole balance between creating and not creating, and I don't have an answer for the anxiety thing, but you should talk to somebody if you feel like it. And if you got no one, feel free to shoot me a message. That's it. I was going to talk about like making yourself vulnerable and some of the things that I've learned about that recently and how that sort of inspired this video, but just know that I feel vulnerable right now, and I know that I'm about to edit this and second guess everything, and if this ends up online because I actually had the guts to post it, I will be impressed with myself. But there's a strength in being vulnerable, and I encourage you to mess with it a little bit. This was an exciting and awesome video, and I hope you loved it. Maybe the next one will be full of energy and awesomeness. Because these videos, like if you base my life off what you see in these videos, if we don't know each other that well, and you just watch these videos, my life can seem awesome. And again, it is. But there's some darkness in there sometimes, and to pretend it's not there would be disingenuous, both to myself and to anyone who watches these and thinks that my life is perfect. Because it is. But I struggle with anxiety. See you later. Hey, I kept the thing low. And I think it was in focus this time. I recorded this whole thing once already. Whole thing was out of focus. Did 2 takes of it out of focus. Professional video producer.